Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Star Maker Bolin Show. This is episode number 28,204, more or less. And it is our pre-Christmas show. We might do something on Christmas Eve. We'll see how it goes.
Never know. What day is Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve is Tuesday. Christmas Day is Wednesday. So
okay.
We may do our regular Tuesday show with, who knows, maybe we'll make our annual fundraising effort to get Kenny to wish Jim Cornette a Merry Christmas. Didn't go over last year. The fans did not come through.
No, they didn't come through.
They did not want to see a reconciliation. But
they were a bigger Grinch than Jimmy was.
So maybe this year that will come up.
Bob, it says brand has a new home. The brand section is now split into media assets.
Yeah, there's now actually banners and media assets and style on the side of the thing.
Yeah, I hear that we can change the fonts of our name and shit. I
haven't
seen it yet.
I haven't really looked at it, but let's let me do this. Please reach out to the team. Oh no, yeah, only if you pay the extra. That's
fuck that.
We're not doing fonts.
Not overly thrilled about paying what we're doing now.
We're lucky we got this, man. We got the circles, but we're not going to go.
What we are to have that is lucky.
We're lucky to have this, yeah. So let's stay back with our normal view here.
Oh boy!
So Kenny, you made the big prediction of the LA Chargers beating the Denver Broncos, and
you were looking good. I ended up watching this at a sports bar. You were looking good at 24-10 late in the game.
I was pretty excited there. And then,
as a matter of fact, when I left the sports bar, I left early before the game was over. I thought you were in pretty good shape. I had to watch the fourth quarter at home.
Yeah,
and I thought you were looking pretty good.
Well, I thought so too.
I was very surprised to see how that fourth quarter went.
And I was like, come on, you can make one stop. No, you can't make one stop. Okay, fine.
Well, it was Denver with a loss is still looking rather decent to get in. The Chargers pretty much needed that one. By them winning, though, that kind of puts Miami in I think the 7th percentile chance of getting in.
Yeah, it does not look good for your
mighty
Dolphins.
Fish. And a lot of as a matter of fact, I think the Chargers and Denver are both rooting for Miami and Indianapolis both to lose 1 or 2 games in a row, I think, or at least both lose this week. I've seen that final boss come up in here before, and I don't recall it having a badge last time it was here. Does that ring a bell with you?
I seem to remember the name, but again, we aren't going to even acknowledge the badgeless. We'll say hello to Billy Sellers, though, because he has a badge.
He's got a badge. TC
we'll
from
say hello to TC. We will say hi to Jambi because she's Filipino.
She's Filipino, and her house is, tell you what, looking very, very nice compared to what it was. Unfortunately, we spent all that money on the house, and now her electric bill's due. And ordinarily, I'd say, hey, we fixed your goddamn house, but, there is a budget to fix the house. We haven't paid the labor yet. Yeah, we haven't even totally paid the labor yet. So, but he agreed if we got the materials. So we're trying to raise roughly about another $150 for labor, which for what he did is more than fair.
Lots of hard work there.
Her electric bill's due. This is what I would love to get done today if we could. The electric bill is 1,100 pesos. So that's about $22, give or take a little bit. And she needs rice. And she does have the 2 or 3 dogs there that the kids love. I hate to tell anybody to get rid of their dogs, especially if it's 2 or 3.
Yeah, not 15 or 20. So this is the before.
15, the dogs are just shocked that they're sleeping above ground right now.
Yeah, this is the after. So, I mean, a lot of hard work went into that.
Oh, yeah.
And this is just a small sample.
The wall looks good.
Yeah, this is a small sample. It does not at all, reflect how poorly the place was.
Do we have it with the brown floors? Do we have the brown floors uploaded?
I don't think I've got those. I have the video uploaded.
They look good.
Yeah,
Billy says he'll donate 20 tomorrow. Billy, that'll be. Let's put that down as a $20 challenge. I've never been happier about a project that we've done than
Yeah,
seeing where that
so
place was. And
that's
then
the exact same spot that we just saw in the video. This is
yeah,
the
it's the same
before.
spot.
Video was the after. So
And that wall
just
is now
give you an
fixed
idea.
too. You'd never know
Yes.
that wall was like that. That's totally fixed. And I guess it makes it more difficult to fall outside now. You know, does that. Do we
Well,
have the
you know.
picture of where he tore the entire floor up and it was nothing but garbage from where shit kept falling?
I don't
through
have
the
it
floor?
uploaded, but I can find it. Take me just a
There
couple minutes.
might be bodies down there. I don't know.
Well, it could be.
The ghost of dead dogs past might be under there. But no, I've never been happier about a project. Now, of course, that has led me to have many other Filipinos tell me we need to get our house fixed. And I'm going, you know,
well,
your pictures don't stack up to what she had. I mean, yeah, you could use some help. But Jambi's a single mom with a kid or two there and those 3 dogs. And she wrote me once and said, my kids and dogs are falling through the floor. I'm going, come on. And then we saw kids and dogs and countless other things were falling through the floor. So I went and met with I had a 7-hour doctor's appointment. Have I been on the show since I had the 7-hour doctor's appointment?
You have not been on the show.
Okay. I had a 7-hour doctor. Well, technically it was 6. I got there a half hour early, left there a half hour late. So I was there 7 hours. I thought it was going to be a 3 to 4 hour appointment, which was fucking way longer than I was wanting to. It's where I'm going through the psych evaluation, insurance approval, and you got to the psych evaluation was 640 questions. And
now, this is in preparation for the weight loss surgery. For those of you who are
the,
trying to make something out of it, can he go into a psych evaluation?
The secondary weight loss surgery. Most people were pretty sure that I would fail that thing about 10 questions in. So shockingly, what a lot of the questions are on the 640 questions are re-asking the same fucking questions over and over again.
Right.
Are you
want to make sure
suicidal?
that you're consistent with your answers.
Are you suicidal? Do you want to kill anybody? Does your alcoholism affect your work? Does your drug abuse affect your work?
Do you still beat your kids?
Do you still beat your kids? Is that a continuing thing you got going on there?
Yeah.
And have you quit cheating on your wife? It's just, and it's like 40 different ways to ask those same questions. So the lady checks in, and I'm a slow writer. So Chris says I'll see you in 5 to 10 days when I told him how many I had to do. I was not any job that requires a shitload of writing. That's why I got out of the mortgage business. You had to keep rather detailed notes and, you know, paperwork, lots of paperwork. And I did that for about 2 years, and I said, fuck it. And then I just started booking the appointments for the salespeople, and it made pretty good money doing that. So, but being a mortgage loan officer, I did get to go to Vegas. That they paid for my trip to Vegas and everything. And Royal Prestige, when I sold cookware, took me to Los Angeles and to Vegas. So I got to do something. Hey, Michigan Mike's in the house. And Michigan Mike mentioned something that he said that he may like to purchase one of those Anthony Scaramucci books as a challenge to the rest of the room to help raise money for the other people that are needing some help during Christmas.
Yeah.
And
it's a book buying challenge. How many of you can buy books?
A book buying challenge. Well, he says he doesn't care if you buy a book or not. He has donated about $150 over the past couple, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks at the most. And he asked me, and the books normally sell for $65 shipped. And he says, King, what do you charge me for a book? I said, Mike, name your price. You know, and I thought he might say $20. And he says, man, I'll donate 50 as a challenge. And so he got me his address. We're going to get him the Anthony Scaramucci book. Plus, I still need to sit. I haven't forgot about your Cody Rhodes picture. I've sort of forgot about it, but now I have it. It's laid out. I just need to get the damn thing mailed. So, as Bob will tell you, don't get in any big ass hurry.
Yeah. If you ever order one of Kenny's books and you want it right away, go to Amazon.
You just, or you just could come here and pick it up. You can do
or
that.
you could just come to
Matthew, my cousin,
especially
said he wanted to spend
especially if you bring
on
pizza.
A picture he wanted, and but he hasn't come here to pick it up yet. He only lives 9 miles across the goddamn river, so I told him to just come here and pick it up. So yeah, Michigan.
Is he allowed to change state borders though?
I don't know. I don't know.
It could be that he might not be allowed to cross the border.
Well, being as to who he is, it's a good possibility. So the Indiana game, I paused it at halftime. It was Michigan. It wasn't Michigan. It was
not Michigan.
Notre. They dress a little bit like Michigan. They put stripes under Elvis. It was Notre Dame up 17-3 at the half. That's where I paused the game at. I decided if it was a 14-point game. Kenny, when will you be going back to Big Ben's bar? I need to go back. I haven't been in a while. And that's why I haven't thrown their logo up in a while, because it's just, it's across the river and we just haven't been over there a lot. I do chat with him from time to time, keep telling him we're going to try to sneak over there. But between my sickness, my son's accident, and then the winter sets in and you just don't get too motivated to go over there. We just hadn't been there a lot. But yeah, we're still in good standings with him. The logo's ready and he says we're welcome to come anytime. But and now that my son's getting around a little better and can help me get to and from the post office, we'll get Bob's Cody picture out and get Michigan Mike his book, and I got a couple of other fans that they wanted to order some pictures too. And Broadcast Barkley acted like he wanted to buy the Chris Jericho picture, and then he saw the prices that people were paying for famous people autograph pictures, and I think he backed out of that. So instead, he made a $20 donation. He says, "I will forfeit the Chris Jericho picture." He says, "But King," because that's what he calls me. He says, "Why don't you put up the Jericho picture and then raffle it off?" Like, Bob, do you remember what we raffled off before? We raffled off something that you figured out a way to do the numbers and.
Yeah, I don't remember. You know what? It was a book. It was a book. I remember that, but I don't remember which book it was.
I don't know. Might have been one of Cornette's books or something. I don't know. I don't remember. Let's see. When are you going to have surgery and what kind? Well, it's a follow-up to the gastric sleeve surgery. I need to, if I expect to live a long time, and yeah, I've had some fat risings, and but I'm not blood related to the risings, so I can't judge them. But I've had some. I sent you a picture of my new girlfriend. Well, I haven't gotten anything from you in a while, Billy. It still says I'm blocked. But let me see if I have it, Chris Jr. Okay. No, little buddy, I don't. You better send it to Bob, I guess. Does he have access to you, Bob?
I don't think.
No, I don't have anything from you, and I don't have you blocked, Billy. He told me he got his Facebook account back, and let me check the archive messages and see if there's anything there.
Chris Schmidt's right. We did that Sting print.
Oh yeah. Because Schmidt came by here and picked that up. I think he owns that now.
That was back in the days when he would actually come by and bring pasta.
Yeah. That was back in the good old days when he wasn't such a douchebag. Yeah, I remember those days.
When he would actually visit you instead of just ghosting you.
Well, you ain't gonna believe this.
Ghost.
You ain't gonna believe this. I think. There's no reason to ask where Coltrane is because we don't know. Chris Schmidt apparently has hit the trifecta down at Churchill Downs. I didn't know they were running this time of year. Chris Schmidt and he did tell me if I went live tonight, he would make it. He didn't even say a nice donation. He just said, "I'll make a donation." And he's issued a $20 challenge to match what Billy Sellers is going to do for us tomorrow. So there we go.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Michigan Mike with a $50, technically a donation, because that's what the books are for, is to help us raise money for the families.
I know we give you a lot of shit all the time, Chris. Like you deserve it. So.
What's that? Because I was talking.
I said, I know we give Chris a lot of shit all the time, but he does deserve it.
Yeah, it's really normally deserves it. Yeah, I mean, we don't hand out shit here that ain't deserved,
especially because he won't change that profile picture.
Yeah. Now, he will not change that profile picture. He's very much in love with that profile picture. And also, we have a $20 match from, I'll just use her first name, Deanna, old friend of mine from years ago. I've known her probably since 2012. She was going to make a donation a week or two ago and then wasn't able to do so. And then she wrote me and said, "Kenny, I had to spend $800 on my dog because my dog was eating stuff, plastics and shit that it shouldn't be eaten, and she had to have like an $800." I said, "Well, here's the great thing. When my dogs eat something that costs an $800 surgery, we're just going to have to. How much is a cremation?" That will be the next question. How much is a cremation?
It's probably $800.
Cheaper. If it's cheaper than an $800 surgery, we're going to have to look at that. And the dog needs to learn not to eat shit shouldn't be eaten. So I told her, I said, well, be thankful you had $800 to pay for a fucking. So I let her off the hook. I said, man, I said, if you had to pay $800, I said, don't worry about it. I said, if you had to pay $800 for at least you had it. Since we can about stop it. So, but she also sent $20. So $20 from Deanna.
$300 a share.
A $20 pledge from Billy Sellers and $50 donation for the book. And I told him he could name his own price. He could have said $20. I'd have still sent him the book. Michigan Mike is always very good to us here. He worked 92 hours last week. I hope I'm not underselling it. It was either 92 or 96. And because I thought he went on vacation or something because I hadn't heard from him in quite some time. And I kept writing him. I said, I need the address to send you your book because I knew he'd donate eventually. I wasn't worried about it. And I need your address. So I got his address tonight. So we're going to get Michigan Mike out his book. Well, look who's watching the show. I didn't even notice that. I got to get this up here. Kunika Jane is my daughter-in-law's doppelganger in India. And she doesn't get to see the show very often because she lives, I think, somewhere near what used to be called Bombay. She can correct me if I'm wrong, but it used to be called
Mumbai.
Bombay. I think it's somewhere near there.
I think it's Mumbai now.
And she looks so much like my daughter-in-law. I sent my son a picture of her a couple of years ago. And I said, Chris, what do you think of the picture? He said, well, goddamn, Maya never sent me that one. I said, well, there's a reason. That's not Maya. He said, come on. He said, where's she from? I said, India. He said, holy shit. And Maya's from Brazil. So you would not think a Brazilian would look that much dramatically like somebody from Bombay. But when I first saw her picture, I thought she was Maya. But that's Kunika Jane. And she's also a very young wrestling promoter in India. She's promoted. She's worked with Sabu. Sabu's done some shows with her. And she might be one of the youngest female wrestling promoters in the world. And I don't know how active she is with it now, but she has been, and she's brought some big names over there. And so I think the world of Kunika Jane. I don't know if she's told her parents yet that she's going to marry this old white guy in America, and is going to actually compete in the 7,500 Filipino round robin tournament to see who gets to be called the queen. Packers stuck. No, it cannot. It certainly cannot.
And it's not. I mean, it's not real common stock like you were thinking.
I don't know if I'm more upset because when I thought Donald Trump had won the presidency, I was a little upset. But now that it's President Elon Musk, and I've heard that from every Democrat and about 38 Republicans.
Yeah.
I don't know which of those two I dislike more. But he did find a back end way to become president, being a South African.
Yeah,
pretty cool, you know. And somebody was wanting to talk about what a genius he is and the shit he's done in the complex. Said no, he bought Tesla. Tesla was already a thing, and now his cars blow up, and he's sued on a daily basis.
He didn't even invent PayPal.
He bought X. He bought Twitter, and it's lost 82% of its value since he bought it. And his rockets blow up on the launching pad on a regular basis. Yeah, some of them make it, but let's be glad they're having. Now he hasn't had any blow up with people on it yet, has he?
No, not yet.
Yeah, well, let's
hope not. Let's hope it continues that way. I mean,
we don't want to. I mean, even if you're a douchebag enough to align yourself with that fuckhead,
I wonder if President Trump would like to fly into space.
With him. Don't need that, but that thing has got to end sooner or later because Trump does not. So they're now labeling Trump like third or fourth in command. It's Elon, and then it's Vivek the Great Swami, and then the JD Vance, and because they said he's going to pull a 25th as soon as they can, and then so Trump is listed like fourth in command, but Elon launched 100 because I heard about it when he had launched like 50 tweets. Eventually, he launched over 150 tweets to shut down the government because he didn't like the deal that wasn't going to benefit billionaires, and raise the debt ceiling to give Trump the ability to eliminate the debt ceiling and reward 1.8% of the population and fuck over the other 92 or 90, 98+% of us. He was pissed about that. So he makes those 150 tweets and everybody caved. Trump had not said a word all day during this entire process until he heard about the 150 tweets that President Elonia wanted. So, yeah, we basically have President Elon Musk. Vanessa's in the house. How you doing, Vanessa? And let's see here. So, let me see if we have any other donations yet. So if anybody's in the spirit of, and with me popping on here on a playoff night, I considered doing a show tomorrow, but there's some good. A TC from the NC has donated $10.
Thank you, Tyler.
Says I've earned more royalties from my book. Well, fuck, the government will love to hear about that. Before anybody gets too excited, my royalties are normally lucky if they crack $30 a month. So don't get too worried. The book's been out for 10 years. Matter of fact, this July will be the 10-year anniversary of my book. Now, who out there thinks I should write another one? Because I have a title, but the guy that wrote my last book is a chicken shit and won't write the next one because he doesn't want to alienate the person that would be involved in the title of the book. I wanted my next book to be How I Lost 280 Pounds of Ugly Fat, How I Got Rid of Jim Cornette. He won't write it because he's friends with Jimmy and he don't piss him off. I think it would be a very successful book. It might even surpass I Probably Screwed You Too. I mean, what would be the follow-up title? I definitely screwed you again. I mean, I don't know. If I can't do How I Lost 280 Pounds of Ugly Fat,
yeah, you can keep on screwing on.
On the cover. And in this day in AI, I could probably make Jimmy be about 338 pounds if I wanted.
Yeah, well, speaking of AI,
that picture of me holding him up as a baby, I don't even know who made that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't quite as good as the one of him and Russo holding hands. Hello, Mango.
People thought that one was real. I have to admit,
I think it was.
Fucking wasn't real because that means the Earth.
Hell would freeze over.
But there was a lot of people that when I posted it, were going, "Goddamn King, how'd that happen?" I said, "It didn't, you dumb fuck." So finally, several pictures later, made one of me as Santa Claus, a very heavy Santa, I might say.
Well, and with padding, obviously.
Yeah, obviously AI, for me to be.
Yeah. So you had mentioned earlier about the floor, and this is what you were talking about here.
That was when he tore out the old floor, and I'm looking down like, holy shit, and man. So for those,
that's the result of the flooding because their house is above ground, obviously.
Yeah,
so
it has to be above
floor
ground.
Is raised, right? So in order to prevent flooding, but the flooding runs all this trash in there, and it collects under the house.
No, it's not like they're throwing it down there as a backup garbage can. That's what the ocean washes up under their homes. There ain't much. What are you gonna do? Go down there and crawl under the house and clean it out?
There's probably some recycling to be earned there. I mean,
probably a little something going on there, I would think.
Yeah.
So, a beautiful Christmas background there. Now that looks familiar. Did you take that from one of our old pictures?
No, I searched for Christmas scene
because that Christmas tree to the right looks very familiar.
Well,
looks good though. Looks good. Jimmy with Vince and Trump was beautiful. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This AI shit is irritating the shit out of my son. He's like, these fucking 40, these 40 and under fucks act like AI is just something that is just brand fucking new and that it actually fools everybody. I said, the sad thing is it actually does fool some.
It does.
I've seen fool Republicans.
You did enjoy that little film clip that we sent you.
Which one's that?
Of a certain person admitting.
Oh yeah, I got a kick out of that. That was the one that triggered my son. He says, these fucks act like that AI has never been around. People just having fun. So I sent him about 25 AI pictures today. My favorite was the one I saw today that featured CM Punk's wife. Have you seen that one?
No, I've not.
You sure? I thought I sent it to you.
I don't believe you did.
So give me a minute.
My favorite is the ornaments that Temu sells right now that look just like this.
What's that? Holy shit.
Those are on sale at Temu. There's another one that's a little bit more romantic.
How much are those at the Move? How much are President Elon?
Let me check again here because
wearing his red vest.
Yeah, there's one where they're like real cuddled up and romantic. It's let me find that one real quick.
Hang on, I got to go to my pick because if Bob has not seen it, he's gonna love the one with that was CM Punk's wife. But who all did I send that to? Well, that's archived messages, so it won't be any of those.
Oh, they got a new one.
Mr. Kenny, I'm not feeling well. That makes two of us. Eunice's mother wrote me, thank you so much for helping me get medication so I can continue to work. Thank you for helping Eunice. You're welcome. Jambi, damn it. Jambi, is that a cat or a dog? I think it's one of the dogs. Show me her feeding the dog. But yeah, Jambi needs her electric bill paid, which is about $22, and she could probably use about $30 for rice. So we're gonna put her on that list too.
All right, so this to me this looks more like the guy that plays Trump on Saturday Night Live than actually Trump. So it's
yeah, he actually does.
Jimmy
Kenny.
Penny.
I think that looks dead like Trump. I don't think it's the guy that looks.
Damn, they got you looking like you melted.
Well, he did
like
have
garbage heap on Fraggle Rock.
No, I think that looks dead like him. That's just one of his pictures he's been using it for 9 years, and it acts like it's a current picture. Cornette looking a little chubby there. He's got some facial fat going on. What do you think?
Got a lot of forehead fat too.
Well, no, that forehead's pretty lean.
little 5-head fat there, and then
there you go.
It's not 3D, however.
I would have them two's tongue in each other's mouth, and I'd make $1 billion.
I'll guarantee that's coming up next.
If it can't be far away. And I would also, but now if I was going to make that, because Trump is obsessed with this shit, because when he got shot, he panicked that people was going to see he wasn't as tall as he portrays himself. He
went and grabbed after slippers.
Last thing I'm at, my shoes. The first thing he yelled at Secret Service, my shoes. They're going to see I'm tiny. And if you wanted to irk him, all you had to do was talk about the size of his hands. And he would do press conferences. Look at this, talking about his hands.
Throw up them little bitty fingers.
People were giving him shit.
All right, so the April Lee thing
at the BW3s last night
was it?
And by the way, shout out to the mighty Louisville Cardinals. People, King, why ain't wearing that Louisville Cardinal shirt? Y'all ain't the playoffs. Oh yeah, we are. We just won the semifinals. Don't know how we got it pulled off, but played at the Yum Center. We beat Schittsburg. Who is it that shoved Schittsburg? Is that John Paul?
Yes, I believe that is correct.
John Paul, we just took Schittsburg and just beat them like rented mules. We beat them like unwanted, red-headed stepchildren's what we did.
It's like the NIV. It's like the NIT of college football.
The NIT of college football. But so we beat them in the the Final Four. We beat Schittsburg, and now I forget who we play, but we play for the national championship, 3 p.m. Sunday, women's volleyball. And I think women's volleyball players are just some of the sexiest women in the world, but they have no boobs.
Yeah.
Well, some of them have ass.
But they got those thick thighs and round ass.
I like pretty, like I told all my Filipino girlfriends, all 7,500 of them, I like pretty eyes and sexy thighs. If they ain't got the other shit, I don't care. I just need pretty eyes and sexy thighs. Right, Jambi?
You know who's sexy is that rugby player. I don't know her name.
Ooh. Now you're going to get Paul RJ horny talking about sexy rugby players, and he's probably looking at the males. Yeah, he's probably looking at the male guys.
I can't remember what her name is.
They have a female rugby player?
Yeah, they have female rugby.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she was on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. So whoever wants to look that up, but she's real thick And I'm talking about like
I
muscular.
don't see it, Billy.
But she runs people over. I mean, she looks like Eric
Yeah,
Dickerson.
I'd like to see Billy's girlfriend that he keeps fighting me over. But
Do
no,
we have a picture?
Billy said he sent one to Kenny, but I don't have a friend request.
yeah,
from you.
I don't get anything. It's Billy's account. I'm blocked on Billy's account. Right after I started pointing out red flags to Billy, I got blocked. So
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
People don't like
weird
this.
how that's happened like 4 times in a row, isn't it?
Well, you know, when you have what you think is a romantic interest and you're really into it, you don't want to hear, you know, even if you
That's
deep
what I
down
do
know
wanna
it's the
hear.
truth.
If there's flags I'm not picking up, I want somebody who maybe
Yeah,
has
you know,
been
yeah.
down my road
Even
or
if
stands
deep in your
further back that
recesses,
can
you know
point
it's
out some
wrong.
things to me.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't worry about that at all.
Mhm.
And it's like when any of the and I'll tell you right now, a lot of the Filipino girls will tell me every time we help them, "Oh, thank you so much. I love you." No, you don't love me. You love what I did,
Right.
and you appreciate me.
Right.
Now,
Exactly.
obviously, the Eunices and the Jelly Beans and the Vanessas and those that we have been associated with for so many years, then yeah, you learn to love those people. And there might be somebody that you love something about them. Like Jasmine. Jasmine was just so sweet and so nice and just the sweetest, prettiest eyes of any, you know, little color. Honey Rose is just such a sweetheart. You know, you can't help but love things about them, but they're 8,400 miles away. And until you're with them, you don't know what they're really like. They don't, I mean, they see me for 3 hours at a time, but you still don't know what it would be like to live with me. Only dogs seem to love me truly. So, and it's like my son has told people, Dad is hard to take. And probably so. You get so set in your ways that if anybody, male or female, I mean,
You
God,
gotta
I
be taking
got
notes.
a long time ago.
Well, and especially if you've been alone for a while, and so that you are
You get set in
just
your ways.
you set your ways, and you're, you know.
It would be like an Elon Musk thing here, my way or no way. That's how it would be.
So shut the
So,
government down now, so that Donald Trump doesn't get the blame for it.
Yeah, he wanted it shut down now, so he wouldn't get the, even though they had the bipartisan, so they still got some bill through. But did the Senate pass it? Because I haven't heard.
I haven't seen the Senate has passed it
Yeah,
yet.
because the Senate has to pass it, or it's still a no deal. But the Congress had already 38 people that voted against it, with Trump saying, "We're going to primary your ass if you fuck with this." Well, 38 of them said, "Primary me on, bitch."
The
Didn't give a
spending
shit.
bill that passed the House did have votes against it. All of them were Republicans.
Oh yeah,
said,
every single one. And yesterday, did we find out the 2 Democrats that voted against it yesterday? I know one of them had to be Fetterman. Fetterman's turned into a bit of a dick.
Well, no, Fetterman's a senator, so he wouldn't have been voting on the
Oh,
House.
Senator. Okay, he is. Okay, well, 2 congressmen voted again. I forgot
And Fetterman has gone off the deep end.
He has.
He's
got
hey,
a lot of shit going on. I mean,
he's
let's
like
face
become
it.
Joe
He probably
Manchin.
should not have been. He got elected on pity.
Yeah,
He got elected on pity.
And looking like Goldberg.
Yeah, if Kenny Bolin was running for office and then all of a sudden he has a stroke and, oh, God, poor Kenny, God, put him in. I mean, it'd be a pity vote. You shouldn't put somebody in the office. And then he decides he's not. I don't blame him. I mean, I don't want to wear Zubas and halter tops to work every day, too.
Halter tops.
Hell yeah. Zubas and halter tops, baby. So Fetterman wears these fucking giant ass 9X hoodies to work.
He does look comfortable.
I'm very much an anti-suit guy. I don't know who invented the suit and the tie, but somebody worked the fucking world. They got the whole world to go along with it. How do you get the whole world, other than India, to go along with a dress code, or Saudi Arabia, excuse me?
the
I guess
English conquered the world pretty much, and they forced it on everybody.
everybody wear a fucking suit, and it's
Blame
stuck.
the Brits. Yeah.
I remember when I stood up to David Jones at Humana. He was the CEO of Humana, and he asked me why I didn't have a suit on. I said, how many women do you have here that have to wear a suit, pants and a jacket and a tie? Well, they have a different dress code. That's why. I said, they get to wear whatever they want. They can wear a dress. They can wear pants. You know, they don't have to wear a tie. They can wear a tie. They can wear anything they want. Well,
Last
I
time I
wear a
wore a
turtleneck.
Did he send the other monkeys after you after that?
I wore a mock turtleneck. That's as much as I can give them. I mean, I understand if you got a big old hairy chest and you got you're looking like John Travolta taking a straight.
You gotta comb it.
Yeah, I get that, but I got a mock turtleneck, and I would wear a jacket when appropriate. But dress down Fridays, it was Zubaz in a Chicago White Sox baseball jersey or a Dan Marino jersey, and either Miami Dolphin or Chicago White Sox Zubaz. I think I also had Buffalo Bills. I had some red, white, and blue ones. I don't know why I had them.
How dare you?
Colors look good though. Well, I can wear it.
It was very patriotic. That's all.
I can wear anything. So,
my idea of dressed up is like a collared shirt, a sports coat, and jeans.
To me, that's good enough.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you have to wear a jacket. I mean, restaurants, well, you got to have a coat and tie.
Yeah.
Why?
Just like if it's required or I'm shit.
Is the tie to wipe my fucking mouth with? Ain't you got any goddamn napkins?
That's when you wear it on your head.
No, I don't get how we got the world to buy into that we all have to dress alike. And then if you wear a tan suit, you get laughed at. At least it didn't look different. At least he didn't look like everybody else in a goddamn suit. And then you got some people wear a suit, and there's so many people now that wear their suit with tennis shoes and no socks and high waters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got laughed out of high school when you wore high waters when I was in school.
Oh shit, yeah, me too.
And I got some hand-me-down crushed velvet bell-bottom purple pants. They were crushed velvet bell bottoms, and they didn't fit me right because my cousin had them, and I was like a couple inches taller than him, maybe 3, about 2. So I had high water bell bottoms, and I wear those.
So they were belling at the calves
with white tennis shoes and yellow socks.
So if you had like high waters and then you wore them down where half your ass is showing, your drawers are all hanging out.
They would have probably been okay then. Yeah.
Then yes,
I had to either show.
It's
my
actually
ass
like
or my
you're wearing
ankles.
a pair of jorts. You just pulled them down to mid thigh.
Well, no, only an idiot would wear jorts. I'll just say that right now, right live.
And why is it that recently it seems like jorts are a brand new phenomenon to kids nowadays? They act like it's something that's brand new.
Cena would be my guess. I'd blame Cena. The Ghost didn't have a membership,
and they used to just be called jean shorts.
He just renewed his membership.
He renewed his membership. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we definitely need to thank the Ghost because he only donated $6 over there to stir up shit over on Renee's show the other day.
Yes, he did.
Renee still has a show.
Oddly enough, he's made this giant comeback.
Really?
With a new co-host that's not quite as boring.
Really?
Which is
he's got
bar.
a new studio.
Now,
he ain't got no studio. He's using the fucking green screen like everyone else does, and his doesn't.
It's a low bar.
But he's not laying in bed anymore, though.
Is he? With the green screen, you can't
That's
tell.
what I'm asking.
But I did call him out for lying on
the
me.
phone like this.
Yeah, I never said the R word 400 times or 300 or 200 or even 100. And no one said don't say that. Yeah, Kenny was over there saying restricted.
I've seen it said on so many other podcasts that's just a bullshit excuse.
I know. I've said on it. If you ask me about him, that word's going to come up.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a lot of podcasts, not only his, but various others. And I got a couple of people that pay me $150 a month to do that. As a matter of fact, I need to do a promo for him tonight. I was going to try to work it into this show so I don't have to work too hard. So I don't have to work too hard at it.
Who's that?
Do it right now. So we're at the 38.
John Paul, out of an apology to me after what Louisville did to Schittsburg yesterday at the Yum Center, where we beat them 3-1, beat them like rented mules, has donated my alma mater Pitt volleyball ladies. No, they're not going to rise in my city, baby. Them bitches got the first tark out of town. They took their tark and got Greyhound, went back to Schittsburg where they belonged, where they went. Who's going to pay me for a promo on the Pittsburgh volleyball team? They had some cute little ladies on the team. But being cute don't cut it in Louisville, son. You got to be cute, sexy, and look like Kenny Bolin. All right, maybe a 6 foot tall.
2 out of 3, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a 6 foot, 350 pounder is not what you want on your team. I don't know.
Bump buster, baby.
But if you got a 44-inch vertical like Daryl Griffith, 48-inch, That's the power right in the middle of your lineup right there. But John Paul has matched the $20 challenges
I
tonight.
haven't heard that name in a long time.
I am the front
I was
blocking
thinking
line.
about you when we were smacking y'all around, but there was hope. Louisville teased them like a lion with a little mouse.
All right,
They just
Kenny,
played with them there for a while. It was 1-1, and Pittsburgh looked like they might be able to pull off the upset. And that was 2 number 1 seeds. I want to point that out. And I forgot who we played because the late game I did not even see who won it. But we're playing somebody for the national championship. If anybody wants to research that, we're playing somebody for the national championship Sunday at 3:00. So it's just an honor to be there and to play it in our own house. And and my son said traffic was a bitch. So apparently the Yum Center was a 23,000 seat sellout last night.
Jason's looking for a parlay with women's volleyball.
I didn't even know they were in the playoffs.
I wonder if that word is banned on your son Rico's podcast. Rico looked like something out of Yellowstone, or maybe he was trying to get a position in the Trump organization with that stupid-looking cowboy hat on. He's never wore a cowboy hat. It would not have been allowed in Bolin services. I don't want to see Rene Dupree in a fucking cowboy. I'd probably let Bobby Lashley.
He has a podcast?
Yeah, you would think that Rico would have invited you to be on his inaugural podcast.
Oh, he's had Rob Conway on. He's had various others on. Well, King, I wanted to make sure we got the show down good. I don't think that's the reason. I think you're terrified I'm going to say the R word. I think you're terrified I'm going to badmouth MAGA. I think if you wear a fucking cowboy hat on any show I do, that I'm going to make fun of you. Because you ain't no fucking cowboy, you're a cop. Wear a cop hat.
I'm so tempted to run and get a cowboy hat right now.
Wear a cop hat. Speaking of,
I don't think we still have Hangman Kenny Page. No, that one's long gone. Sorry.
I never noticed how crossed his eyes are when
Cowboy Constantino. That's gonna have to be his new name now, Cowboy Constantino. But he's sitting there like he's trying to get John Dutton's position, who just got killed off of Yellowstone. Like maybe because they say the spinoff might not happen because Matthew McConaughey wants $2.5 million an episode. Well, don't we all?
Damn, yeah.
Don't we all want 2.5 an episode? They say he ran away, branded, scorned as the man who ran. What do you do when you're branded and you know you're a man? Me and Jimmy have seen that song to each other probably 100 times a year since 1975.
So 3 minutes ago, Chuck Schumer just announced that they are expected to have a vote before midnight.
Well, if the Congress put it through undefeated, I'd be shocked the Senate did that.
Well, there were some senators.
There's a couple senators over there with some tiny little balls that'll step up, stand up to Trump. But this Trump didn't get his debt ceiling. That's what him and Melania are all pissed about. He wanted his debt. He just basically says, "Give me what I'm going to look bad if I'm in office."
Well,
put it on Biden. Like, okay, well,
the debt ceiling is such a stupid thing because it's like we reach it and they go, "We'll raise it.
We raise it every time anyway."
I mean, why even bother having one if you're not going to pay attention to it?
Right.
No, I've never heard I got a story for you. Aaron the Idol Stevens used to live with one of the primary writers. He was a roommate with one of the primary writers of The Rifleman. And she even says that she does not know of him making any porno movies, but there were a lot of rumors that he was gay.
Oh, the gay porn? Yeah.
He was married. And she says that she doesn't even know if she can confirm or deny he's gay, but he never really outwardly denied it. But I did see some scenes with him and Mark without their shirts on that concerned me. Me and my son don't have any footage like that. So,
well,
there were concerns expressed. There were concerns. I'm hooked on the Virginian. Does anybody know? Does anybody know the Virginian's real name?
They've only said it once.
Did they?
I cannot remember it.
Well, the rumors were.
I don't remember it.
Let's see what Bob comes up with.
I don't remember it because I don't remember I had not watched a lot.
They always just called him the Virginian.
Hey, you're a Virginian.
What else did they call him?
Doug McClure and Lee J. Cobb.
Doug McClure was Trampus.
You may remember me from such films.
Doug McClure was Trampus, and he was also in Humanoids from Beneath the Deep. Strongly advise you to watch that fine film. Me and my friend Mike Coffey, former friend because he's a Trumper now, saw it at the Kentucky Theater in the late 70s, early 80s. Doug McClure was Trampus, and I just recently learned why they called him Trampus.
Because he was a tramp.
He had a tramp stamp tattoo right above his ass.
Where he had it. They accidentally branded him instead of the cattle.
What
happened?
Exactly.
Do you see a name for the Virginian?
I do not.
Was his name like
name
Jimmy or something like James?
Jimmy the Virginian.
No.
His name was the Virginian.
No, that was his real name.
He was also known as Ramrod because that's what his job was considered.
Later
Ramrod.
named.
Later
named
when you drive cattle, he got the nickname Ramrod. He was also known as the foreman. We'll tell the foreman. That was the Virginian.
Oh, well, you could say that about Rowdy Yates.
He was the foreman. He was Ramrod.
Rowdy.
And they would also call him Rowdy. Virginian. But I asked Google once, and they claimed that his name was only said one time in a flashback episode. And they claimed his name was Jeff, and that's all they said. But I've asked other sources, and they claimed that his name was never revealed in any of the episodes, other than the Virginian, foreman, and Ramrod.
I remember hearing that question before, and somebody saying
I might have brought it up on this show.
That could have been.
Who the fuck else was going to talk about the Virginian's name?
Oh shit! My whole family is into that shit.
From what I heard, Trampus got his name as he was. That was his real father's last name. Was Trampus, so they just called him Trampus, his father's last name. Trampus, do you know how he came to work on the ranch of the Virginian?
On a horse.
With no name, smart ass. No, Trampus was in prison for falsely accused of killing somebody. And him and an old man escaped, and they didn't tell anybody they escaped from prison. And then in much later episodes, that old man finds Trampus and wants Trampus to go start a business with him. That was their dream, was to break out of prison and start their own business. And that's when Trampus had to come clean that he was accused of murder, but I didn't do it. Well, likely story. And Trampus didn't seem like a murderer. I mean, he just had to go by the texture of
a lot of folks don't seem like murderers till they murder.
Luigi.
Okay, it turns out his name was never mentioned.
Yep. Well, that's what all the sources are saying, is that the name was. So how the fuck do you do 6 seasons and the man's name don't come up?
But remember, Charles in Charge never had a last name.
Well, Penny from Big Bang Theory never had a last name.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Come to think of it, she did.
Was Penny the hot blonde or the brunette nerd?
The hot
Penny
blonde.
Was the hot blonde.
Yeah. What's her real name? I know it. Can't think.
Kelly
Cuoco.
I think she's been dealing with some shit lately, hasn't she? Is it Kelly that's dealing with it, or is it Kelly Bundy?
Oh, that's
Kelly
Bundy.
Bundy girl. I think the Bundy girl dealing with some serious shit.
Oh yeah, she has it real bad.
I'll tell you who still looks amazing. I'm watching Nash Bridges the other day. People at home are going, "Has Kenny watched anything past 1999 lately?"
Your audio's kind of clicking out.
96. So technically, if you count Nash Bridges, no. So I watched the first ever episode of Nash Bridges. Guess who is in that episode?
Well, I need a little more than that, because I watched Nash Bridges all the way
Shang
through.
Tsung from Mortal Kombat. He's one of the police chiefs, which I think he's been a police chief in like 35 films. Shang Tsung is the police chief, but he doesn't make all the seasons. Apparently,
no, he only made it 2. He had to move back to Hawaii for some reason.
It was
Shang Tsung was the police chief, but in the first ever episode, as more or less a snitch bitch,
Philip Michael Thomas. Oh, I thought
Lucy Liu.
Rico Tubbs.
Oh yeah.
On Nash Bridges.
He did not show up in Nash Bridges.
But I think she came on later on as a main character too.
I don't remember if she came on as a main character later, because she was more known in Ally McBeal.
Yeah, what is her name?
But what is Lucy Liu's middle name? Without looking it up.
I think her middle Lucy Lou Diamond Phillips.
It was not.
Lucy Toodaloo.
Lucy Lou's middle name is Alexis. Lucy Alexis. And what was Lucy Lou's name on Ally McBeal?
I really never watched that.
Well, what a great show! I loved Ally.
I saw a few after it had been off
Lucy
the air for a
Lou's
while.
name, and I had this discussion with my son today. Lucy Lou's name on Ally McBeal was Ling Lee. I'm going, why not just go by Lucy Lou? You didn't
Ling Wu.
No.
Ling Wu.
Lucy Lou. I don't know how that's going to go. What's that?
It was Ling Wu, not Ling
Ling Wu. Yeah. Ling Lu Wang is Lee was in there too, according to some of the shit I was looking up today. But yeah, so Ling Wu as opposed to Lucy. That's what it was. Ling Wu as opposed to Lucy Lou. Well, why the fuck? I think I don't know. Maybe
Kelly Who. That's who I'm thinking of.
Maybe Ling seemed more Asian. I don't know. But so I'm watching Nash Bridges, and it's one of her first ever TV appearances, I guess, because I think it was before Ally McBeal. So I'm watching it, and she's just fucking gorgeous. So then I watch Red One later that day. Who's one of the primary stars of Red One with The Rock? Lucy Liu. Yeah.
I have not. I've not seen Red One. I've not heard good things about it though.
There's a lot of people that say not. I enjoyed it.
It looks campy. Like
the second half of it, I thought was better. Hey, J.K. Simmons is in it, and if J.K. Simmons took the fucking time to do it, then shut the fuck up.
Oh, is that
J.K. fucking Simmons who's done every film and every commercial ever made? If you look at a movie or a commercial, J.K. Simmons is in it. We are farmers. Boom, 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 boom. So,
did you see him playing Fred Mertz in the Lucy movie?
God, yeah, I think I did.
Remember what it's called, but it's on Amazon Prime.
He can do anything.
Oh, he's
also great. He's also great in The Juror Number 2.
Never heard
Juror
of
Number 2. He's one of the primary characters. Yeah,
it's showing on Max now.
Is that kind of like 10 or 12 Angry Men, like a remake?
Yeah, well, it's like two. Yeah, just 2 Angry Men though.
Now, Juror Number 2.
Oz?
Juror Number 2 is probably nothing of what you think it's going to be about.
Juror Number 2 Oz as the white supremacist.
Juror Number 2 is. I just encourage you to watch it. Juror Number 2, but you got to watch every minute. Can't walk up and go 40 minutes in the kitchen and jacking around and come back because you're gonna miss some shit. You got pause it. If you got to watch it 2 or 3 segments, do that. I started Gladiator 2 today, and my son was telling me what a great movie it was. So I clicked the 4K version, and I watched 20 minutes of it. And then all of a sudden, I noticed that's fucking Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is not in Gladiator 2. That's because it looked amazing. They had a beautiful fucking 4K version on Kodi of Gladiator 1. So I looked down. Gladiator 2 was further down on the click list. So I clicked that, and there we go. But I could not imagine my son watched a 3-hour movie, and he didn't, because Gladiator 2 is slightly over 2 hours, so about 2 hours and 4 minutes. So I'm about 30 minutes into Gladiator 2, maybe 40 minutes, and I'm going to finish watching that. Well, it won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow's all college football. Plus, 2 NFL games tomorrow?
2 NFL games, yes.
The first time ever that college football playoffs are going head-to-head with NFL football of any type. And they pointed out today, Pat McAfee pointed out that golf just takes off the entire NFL season. We are not competing with the NFL.
Screw
NBA
that.
used to do great on Christmas Day. What's the NFL doing this year? 2 games on Netflix, which I will see later that night on NFL Network. I'm not ordering.
Hopefully, they got all those kinks knocked out of it.
I'm not ordering fucking Netflix for 2 fucking football games or Monday Night Raw. I'll see Raw I'll never see Raw live if I got to order Netflix to get it.
I always forget Raw's on.
Normally, about an hour after the show's over, it's up on Kodi anyway, and unedited, no commercials. But then again, you hope Netflix doesn't have commercials. I would hope not.
I would.
I bet it's coming.
I bet there's some. I bet there's going to be like.
Yeah, I think they have a with ads version of Netflix now.
Well, I think it's going to be like ads for their own content, right?
Yeah, I was about to say they're Netflix ads, but it's still a break.
Well, what we're saying is that the very first episode of Raw on Netflix needs to be Jack Double Barrel Cannon, also known as Seth Rollins.
Swollen, yeah.
And he needs to come out and say, "My name is Seth fucking Rollins" on Netflix. That's how we think it should open. Or they just turn CM Punk loose on one of the most profane lit promos he's ever cut.
Well, it's one of the first matches they're throwing out there.
Yeah. So I'm saying that he is going to get. As a matter of fact, I haven't even liked one or two of the matches I've heard announced for Netflix. I didn't give a shit one way or the other.
Where did this Jack Double Barrel Cannon come from? What's the story?
In my opinion, Saturday night's main event was a disaster.
You think?
That was totally done wrong. I would have Terry
I loved it.
go out and beat Jesse the Body and do it right.
I thought
I even took a nap and everything, just like a kid.
He was great as a Nazi on. Oh my God, wasn't he? Now I forgot. J.K. Simmons was on Oz. J.K.'s done everything. He's been around forever.
Yeah, I said that like 5 times earlier.
If you've never seen Oz, you want to talk about a deep fucking prison show. If you watch Oz and you still think you might want to go to prison, you're
Oh
fucking
shit!
idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of it though is like prisoners they don't have that much room to roam around in the prison as much as some of them.
You would
do.
think. Now,
You would hope.
who was the black man on Oz that kind of narrated the thing? What was his name? Because
He was the
good
guy
in
on
everything I've
Lost.
seen him in.
He's the guy on Lost, Mike Peralt or something.
Oh yeah, he was on Lost. Exactly. Yeah, he was great on Lost. What's
And
his
he was
name?
on Mannequin too.
I didn't really watch Mannequin much.
Harold Perrineau, I think. Is his name,
Perrineau.
right?
Yeah, it was a French name. I knew that.
Yeah,
But he's
played
the one
Michael
that,
Dawson on Lost.
He got
One of the
chased off the
Filipino
top of
fans
a
just
roof or
wrote me
something
and
like
said,
that.
"Are you alive?" Wanting to know if I'm doing a live show right now. Are you alive? Mm-hmm.
Tell them no.
You alive? You dead, man?
I think I is.
I be dead, man.
Not gonna watch Raw tonight much on that. You might want to rewrite that, Billy.
I'm not.
Yeah, we don't hear much from the Tea Maker anymore. He had the job situation happen, and I don't hear a whole hell of a lot from him anymore. So
No, Ghost, he still narrated after he died. It was just
yeah,
kind of weird. It was like his spirit narrated, and then it was like the last 3 episodes where there wasn't a narration. But yeah, he was still on there.
Is anybody just not really asking any questions, or am I missing them?
Ain't nobody asking shit.
It's just.
Have we
ghosts,
figured out a
not
way to
me.
get a message from Billy Sellers?
Well, he sent me a friend request if it's the real Billy Sellers, so I accepted it. So Billy, if you're gonna send me that picture,
Okay,
go
well,
ahead.
Billy, send Bob your picture because he's the one that would upload it anyway. It wouldn't be me. So send your picture, and we'll go from there. What else is new? I guess we need to pick some playoff games.
Yeah, we do.
That's kind of the reason I came on here tonight, is to make sure, because all 14 current people that are watching the show probably like to know.
Yes, they would. So let's pick those college football games. Then we'll do the NFL. Then we'll go away because it's nothing but Chris Schmidt talking in the chat. So
it's pretty much Chris Schmidt, yeah.
All right. So Indiana, Notre Dame.
$20 worth.
All 3 of us picked Notre Dame, so that's looking pretty good so far. Tomorrow, SMU, it goes to Penn State.
I'm gonna take Penn State.
I would not survive in the joint, John Paul. Not a chance. Penn State is an 8-point favorite. I would have to do something to get myself thrown into solitaire immediately, because that's the only way I would survive.
I guess John is the only one qualified. I guess John is the only one qualified here to evaluate who will make it president and who won't. So he's already said that Bob ain't going to make it.
Yeah.
The other one, the reason I tried to keep Cornette from killing Russo is that, Jimmy, you're not going to last a day in prison.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
He pop off at somebody day one.
You're a tough guy. You're going to cut a promo, and that's going to be the last thing ever comes out of your mouth. Might not be the last thing ever goes in it. It won't be the last thing ever comes out of it. That's pretty quick thinking for a guy that didn't take his predigen today. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
For those of you that donated 20, there's your money right there.
That was worth it right there.
Might not be the last thing ever go in it. But it'd be the last thing come out of it, other than your teeth.
Corny.
All right.
I think Jimmy would have
8-point favorite. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Penn State.
I believe they cover the.
What's the spread? I gotta hear
It's
spread.
Penn State by 8. I would love for SMU to come back and do something here.
I'm going to take Penn State.
They have an 8.5 now.
My brother sent his picks today. Dipshit. I call him Scarecrow. Does anybody know why I call my brother Scarecrow? I haven't even told him. I just say, hey, I haven't even told him why I call him Scarecrow. I've called him Scarecrow about 5 times. Why do I call him Scarecrow?
He's so ugly he scares off the crows?
No. Well, yeah, but that's not the reason.
Well, I'm out.
Bob, why do I call Timmy John Scarecrow?
Because the Scarecrow and Mrs. King was his favorite show growing up.
You all did not take your prejudice today. I call him Scarecrow because he desperately wants to be. He desperately wants to be smart. He wants to be smart so bad he can't see it. So
he needs a brain.
I call him Scarecrow. If I only had a brain.
Courage.
And some courage. I'm a Republican. Gonna get some courage.
No, he's got to be a lion.
Can I be the Tin Man? Because I'd like to have a heart too.
All right, Bob. What'd you get?
A picture from Billy, and Billy, I have to tell you, there's no way this girl.
Well, send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to me for evaluate. Send it to me for evaluate. I want to get my 2 cents.
All right, it's in our group chat.
Send the group.
Have we had vocal confirmation?
Billy.
At least.
Billy.
Lola. La 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 Lola.
Billy.
Hello, is this Billy?
Billy. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm a charitable guy around Christmas. If you go meet this girl or have her come and meet you, either one, and you can send me a picture, and I can tell an AI picture when I see one because I'm in a lot of them. If you can send me a picture of you and her at any McDonald's in the country, I will send you $500.
Ooh.
There you
on
go.
You, Billy.
It's on you, Billy.
Yeah, hero.
If you can send me a picture of you and her together, your girlfriend. Now, we will only show her picture with your permission. It doesn't matter. It's not like she's going to be suing anybody. So, Billy, for Christ's fuck's sake. But if you can meet her in person, Billy, and I'm talking to you as a friend, when Bob started shaking his head, I went, oh, shit.
That's why I asked.
Or if you can send me a picture of you and her together, and then if you can send me a picture of you and her locking lips, that's another bonus 150.
Okay, come on.
I got some Christmas money coming. I got some Christmas money.
Hang on, let me blow this.
No, it ain't because you're not going to match the. I forgot to tell you. You have to give me half if it don't happen. Now, is it still a bet?
PLT.
Is it still a bet?
Yeah, you're going 2-to-1 odds. So
You're going 2
500.
I forgot to tell the rest of the bet.
250.
I'll put up 500.
Check your
But if you can't produce that picture within 24 hours of the day you're meeting her, you owe me 250. Still a bet? Because I'm going to give you a chance to back out of what you said. And I want to know what date you're meeting her because that ain't happening either. Billy, have you video chatted with her? Because that is a possibility with AI these days. Because I had a Asian girl video chat with me once. Damn near fooled me. It was close. And then I saw the same person posting other pictures, and then it was way off of what I'd seen.
Oh, I get the same Asian girl with all kind of different names that always tries to.
Yeah, it was way off on a live video chat, and then I called her out on it, and all of a sudden I got blocked. So
it's amazing.
So Billy, is it still a bet? But no, Billy, no. This girl who owns a farm with lots of land and a house. It's a bet. Okay, Billy. Okay. But I need a picture of you and her in any McDonald's together. Billy, you better let her come see you because that way you're not out no money. Billy, Bob, show the picture.
All right.
Show the picture.
I am doing a reverse image.
Do a reverse image. Do a reverse. Maybe we can help Billy because I don't want to
no
take
exact matches.
because Billy ain't going to pay me if he loses. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Only thing that concerns me is there is a address.
You're not going to see her, Billy. And if you're mad at me again, all right, Billy. Can we show Billy's picture? There it is. Somebody screenshot that for me. Somebody screenshot that.
Hold on. Let me do this.
Billy. Number one, you said she's in her 30s. That girl
looks
is
like
not
she's
in her
about
30s.
20.
She's in her 20s. That's
That
22
girl is not in her 30s.
at most.
Even with the facial touch-ups these days, that is not a 30-year-old girl. You can look at everything else attached to her. That is not a 30-year-old girl. She's in a fucking car. It's the only picture you got of her. I think Kitty was too busy talking to Billy to notice my paper. Yeah, I've been kind of wrapped up with Billy trying to, because number one, Billy's not going to pay me the $250. you think so? You got a better chance of cashing that $15,000 check from Stevie Nicks than you have of seeing this girl in person. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Billy.
Kenny has a better chance. Kenny has a better chance of collecting on the bet from Kieran McDonald than.
Oh, by the way,
that
Kieran
being the-
McDonald still the bet he made. When were the Padres playing in the playoffs? Does anybody recall the month? That would have been
It's been
October, right?
Yeah.
That'd been sometime. He bet me. It was started out as a $50 bet, and then the stupid fuck doubled the bet like Billy just did. And I never got that money either. So they want money for more. Yeah, they want money and more. Well, no, Schmidt, you didn't hear the whole story. She inherited a farm and a house. She don't need Billy's money. She just needs his sexual activity, I guess. I don't know.
She just loves that Billy.
Billy.
Billy, I mean,
Have you done
I'll
the
be
reverse
honest with
image?
you.
Can you have either of you? Let's save Billy some time and effort. Come on, I don't want to take Billy's $250 because he ain't going to send it to me no way. You know why? Because he ain't gonna have it. He can't afford it. He's giving it all to the cat lady. What's her name, Billy? If she only had a name. All right.
Let's see, where did that go?
Billy, we're not trying to be mean to you. We're trying to help you.
We're trying to protect you, Billy.
Yeah, dude, we don't want you
Nothing
getting
else
all
to save you fucking gas money in the mountains of North Carolina. Does that look
wake
like
up with one of your kidneys missing.
North Carolina?
Yeah, we don't want you to
In
end
her
up
30s. Come on,
dead or
Billy.
somewhere. She
And
looks,
if you're mad at me, that ain't well. No shit, Chris. We're trying to help the man. Quit being hurtful. We're trying to help. We're trying to help Billy.
yeah, that's a. You want to know what her OnlyFans profile is, Billy?
Did you find an OnlyFans?
Looks like it.
No,
Oh, you
but this very same girl is in a lot of ads for things.
Oh yeah, Billy.
She's in a Facebook ad for
Bella. Her name's Eliza Bella, guys. Do we have any? You said you found a lot of pictures of her. Are there any of her as Eliza Bella?
There's at Alice Lily _Ivy.
Okay, I don't know.
What's her last? Well,
Billy, I swear to God, man, we're just trying to help you. We're not trying to hurt you. And if you'd have told me about the Stevie Nicks thing, I'd have saved you some time and trouble there too. But no, Billy, that girl's not 30. She's not 35.
No, there's no way she's 30.
She's probably not
She's
even
at
20.
most 23.
Bob just found her on an OnlyFans account. Do you know what OnlyFans is, Billy? Pay to see my nude pictures. Billy, I already done that.
More than pictures, right?
Billy, she don't want my money. She just wants me to see her pictures. Billy, I swear to God, man, we're just trying to help you. And if you're mad at me again, want to block me again, don't want to send me the 20, I don't care. I'm trying to help you. I don't want your $250 because I ain't going to get it. You're going to be the Kieran McDonald to me, and I'm not going to get my money. Karen McDonald, if you're watching, you tightwad little bitch, you owe me. You owe me. Well, I am, Bill. I swear. I mean, I am. We're all three trying to help you. You're not going to see that girl. Unless you're telling her you bring a bag of money and she brings a gun with her. She ain't got no fucking farm. She didn't inherit no fucking house. She's not 30-something years old. And I doubt her name is Elizabella. Bob, how many pictures did you find?
I found quite a few.
Quite a few. And one of them is attached to an OnlyFans page?
Yeah, there's a lot that are attached to Instagram pages.
Yeah, I was about to say there's a lot of Instagram pages where they're like gym girls, and
Billy,
yoga outfits bending over.
Billy, if you spend a penny trying to see this person, I'm going to be highly disappointed. You got three reasonably smart people here trying to help.
But for real, it hurts more getting taken.
3 reasonably smart people and Schmidt trying to help you.
Yeah, I'm seeing this face in too many places, bro.
Schmidt's going, God damn, that's what I get for my $20. Shit, that ain't right.
Last time I tried to help anybody.
Cam Moron has donated. Let me see what Cam Moron donated. I'm looking. Bear with me. My battery's low on my iPhone. Uh-oh. Is that a late notice? Oh, my God. Cam Moron has just bought himself a Scaramucci book if he wants it.
Nice.
Cam Moron. Holy shit.
Cameron Reed.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Cam Moron. Well, this is for me, he says. Well, if it's needed to do other shit with, I'm happy to do it, but I appreciate it, Cameron. He says this is my Christmas present. I guess I owe him a fucking Bear Nose pizza, don't I? Cameron has sent $50. So I appreciate it, Cameron. But if we need money to help some people, we got that to do that. And we got $20 from John Paul. An apology. We got $20 from Daniel Lemley. We got $10 from TC from the NC and Chris Schmidt with 20. So, and Chris is the one that talked me into doing a show tonight. I wasn't even going to do one. And then Michigan Mike sent 50 for the Scaramucci book. So it's been a successful night, guys, and I really
don't forget your friend Deanna gave 20.
Oh, and Deanna donated 20, yeah. So a couple of 50s and
Billy, I'm just going to screenshot this page that shows all the search results. We'll send that back to you.
Here we go,
take
Billy.
a look at it, and it's up to you.
We're just reporting, man.
We're don't shoot the CNN. Don't shoot. Who's the Jake Tapper here? We're just reporting.
Yeah. So I'll send that back to you, and you can. I mean,
did you send it to me?
I wish for your sake that was true, Kenny.
Yeah, man, you'd be the dude.
I would be very, very jealous.
No, because he'd be dead of a heart attack the next day if it was real.
Oh, that's probably true too.
And congratulations, Eunice is now 18 and it's about 18 and 12 days. She's now 18 and 12 days. I'm saying not in 12 days. You can use that for whatever. If the Filipinos need, by all means. I just felt like using the classic movie line. Well, thank you, Cameron. That's very sweet of you. The man fought me tooth and nail last night over paying the bill at Johnny.
No, Kenny, you pay it. No, Cameron, you pay it. No, Kenny,
that's how the fight went.
Did Kenny have alligator arms?
And then he says, Kenny, are you going to leave the tip, or is that on me too? I said, God damn it, fuck. So then I went the tip.
T-Rex.
See, I was just freeloading because it was buy one get one free. Well, I took the free one.
Exactly.
I didn't do the buy one. It was buy one get one free, so I took the free one, which is the one I thought was for me. Well, what do you want me to pay for? Mine was free. You had to pay for yours. So, well, that was very sweet of you, Cameron. But to Cameron's offense, he works for one of the big distributors around here. Something like a UPS, something like a FedEx, something like Amazon. It could be one of those three. And he's been working his ass off lately, and he gets paid pretty good money. He's been there a long time, and so his paychecks have been a little thick lately, and it's just his wallet's overflowing. He had to get rid of some of it. He didn't want to pack it all on him. Man's got a bad back, They want to pack all that cash on you. So when I went in to do my psych evaluation, she stops me several questions in. She says, "Has anybody ever told you that you sound like a radio personality?" I said, "Yeah." And
why? Yes, I do.
Oh, yes, I do, ma'am. And she says, "Have you ever done that profession before?" I said, "Well, sort of, kind of." She says, "How do you mean?" I said, "Well, I used to be involved in pro wrestling." She stops me and she goes, "Oh my God, I just did a deep dive on the WWE. My 8-year-old daughter wanted to learn more about it, so I helped her deep dive on it." And trust me, my psych evaluator, Dr. Debbie or whatever her name was, knew nothing about wrestling. And I said, "Well, who all did you learn about?" "Well, we learned a lot about John Cena." I said, "I don't want to delay this thing a whole lot." I said, "But can I get you to look something up for me?"
There's a reason it took 6.5 hours.
I said, pull up code. I said, "Look up John Cena versus Kenny Bolin." She said, "Well, that's you." I said, "Uh-huh." I said, "Look it up." I said, "It's from 2003. She looks it up. She says, "Oh my God." I said, "Did you find that in your deep dive?" She says, "I didn't." I said, "Well, show that to your daughter when you get home. You wrestled John Cena?" I said, "And I won't bother to tell you who won the match." How was that for voice delivery? And so we eventually got back and answered my 640 written questions along with the verbal interrogation. And got to consider something a charitable donation. Well, there you go. Well, we appreciate that. But no, and I got to shout out Chris Schmidt because I wasn't going to do a show tonight. I was going to watch that fucking Indiana Notre Dame game. And then I saw Indiana couldn't complete a fucking pass to save their goddamn life, other than the one miracle catch they got. And then threw an interception on the fucking one. Did you see the 98-yard run?
No, I didn't see any of this game.
Notre Dame, Indiana is driving the ball down the field. They're about to tie the game up at 7. Throw the ball, intercepted on the 1-yard line. Okay, well you got Notre Dame pinned in on the 1. Next play, handoff to the running back, works to the outside. 90. They gave him 98 yards. It was a 1.5-yard line. 98-yard run tied the all-time Notre Dame record for a longest run ever in the history of Notre Dame.
Damn,
one play, your field
Right.
position is gone, and you're down 14-0. So,
Dorsett
what do you
played
do?
for Pittsburgh. He did not play for them.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I ended it at halftime. It was 17-3, and I'll watch the second half here when we're done. And then, what's
There's
the
a minute
high noon
left.
kickoff game tomorrow, Bob?
That's got to
The
be Texas.
NFL game or the
Billy threw us all off our game
he did.
when he wanted to lose $250.
SMU and Penn
SMU.
State is a noon game. Then Clemson, Texas is at 4. And
Well, let's do our
Tennessee,
picks here real quick. I will be rooting big time for SMU, but 8 points at Happy Valley. I don't think it's going to be a whiteout because they don't do those for day games. But and Penn State's pissed. They never get a fucking night game.
I'm
They
taking
love their night
SMU.
Billy,
Sorry,
Billy, you got a
Say-
better chance of fucking Stevie Nicks than you do this girl. I'm just going to tell you that right now. If you send me a picture with you with Stevie Nicks bent over a piano and you going to town on her, I'll more likely believe that than this
I
30-year-old
picture
with an OnlyFans account. Billy, if you don't know what an OnlyFans account is, you better go.
May not be her. May just be a very similar blonde-looking girl who looks identical to her.
That's a possibility too.
Clemson
SMU
is
ain't
going to
ready.
Texas.
Hey,
Yeah,
it
we're
gets
picking
cold
up
in
again.
Texas. But Bob will tell you.
Yeah,
Eh.
45 right now.
And you know
It's
what?
not
I try to go against these Bible schools, these Christian schools, these Catholic schools. The fighting. Why are they the Fighting Irish? Does anybody know?
Because they likes
Why
to
the
fight.
Fighting Irish?
They're
Why
racist.
insult those people? Have they been through enough?
Yeah,
Haven't they been through enough?
the fighting potato faminers.
And I thought that SMU had their name. I thought it was Southern. I thought it was Southern Methamphetamine University. I thought they were meth addicts, and I felt bad for the guys.
Yeah,
But no, I'd love to see SMU because SMU gave Miami all the fuck they wanted. I think are they the ones that beat Miami?
they did.
No, I think Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh beat Miami.
I'm blanking
Yeah, I
out
think
on this season.
Everybody beat Miami. Miami
I
was
get
0-12.
I get your opinion, Kang. I thought about watching the first
Kang.
game.
Can we? You know what? I'm going to turn off all comments until we get these picks made. Please,
You moody little fuck! It's Christmas.
Which is why I'd like to not be here. I'd like to not be here on Christmas. Let's just put it
There
that
you
way.
go.
Well, okay. Well, if that's the case, hell, I was planning on being here on Christmas.
You could just be here all the time.
Billy, you're being catfish. So let's get that. There we go.
Fish.
All right.
I sure hope it's
That's for
catfish.
sure.
Okay, so yeah, I've got Penn State, but I'll be rooting for SMU next game.
Clemson at Texas. Texas is favored by 13.
It's 13 now?
My brother
It's
picked.
what it was on ESPN.
My brother picked Texas by
I saw
20.
12.
I don't think it's going to be 20.
I think Texas.
I think they
would be
covered
shocked- I would be
13.
shocked Texas would lose. And did you know? And Clemson is the only team in football other than the military schools that did not use the transport portal. So that's pretty impressive to get to the fucking playoffs, win your conference championship game with no transport portal, and everybody else is cheating.
Well, they got stability in that case. So
Yeah. So
chemistry.
13.
13.
I actually think Texas probably cover that, but I'll be rooting for Clemson, obviously.
I'll take Texas.
But I think Texas will cover the 13.
Tennessee at Ohio State. Ohio State is a 7-point favorite.
Are they really?
Yep,
My
I'll take
brother
Ohio State.
My brother has Tennessee by 2 touchdowns. I think at Ohio State, his job's on the line. If he loses to Tennessee in a playoff game at home and can't beat fucking Michigan, he's fucked.
Yeah.
He's fucked. He's got to win this game. So I will take my 7 points in Ohio State and take my chances.
I will. Dang. Of any of the games that could be an upset, I think this is the one that could be the upset. I'm going to take Tennessee just to be contrarian.
You're right. You're right. The guy in the mountains asked me to do a show, and we made, I think, about $1,300 that night, and I wasn't going to do a show. So no, this hasn't been that, but COVID money was rolling in too. You got Tennessee winning it?
I have Tennessee covering the 7.
Yeah.
Ghost has Tennessee winning it outright.
Oh, anytime the SEC can lose, I'm all for that. So
I got Ohio State winning by 7.
And my way out of Texas winning is Texas is not. You're not officially SEC till you've been there for 4 years. You got to graduate.
You got to graduate a class. All right,
Houston.
Look who's in the chat room. You said you was going to turn off. I never noticed that lovely little art gel was there.
Well, Cameron saved him because he donated money. So we leave Facebook up because Cameron donated money.
Cameron was a Facebook donation. He killed that program, didn't he?
Yeah. way to break that stereotype, Cameron.
Yeah, way to break that. You got to come over to YouTube and donate.
Exactly. Yeah. Houston goes to Kansas City on Saturday. Houston is a 3.5-point underdog.
Oh, we've already done all the football games. Well, what's the main event?
Well, Tennessee and Ohio State's the night game.
I have to admit, I'm looking forward to seeing all those games. That ought to be a football.
Oh, it's going to be a good day.
Yeah,
it is a good football.
Well, basically, both Indiana and Notre Dame are fighting for the right to lose to Georgia, but so that's why I got to root for Notre Dame. Even though I'd love to see Indiana win, Indiana ain't going to have a shot against Georgia. But at least Notre Dame's got a shot.
Yeah. And both NFL games are pretty decent. So Houston at Kansas City. Chiefs favored by 3.5.
I'll take that.
I'll take Kansas City in those 3.5, which they're going to make the game interesting.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And he's got that high ankle sprain going too.
Pittsburgh.
A lot of people are saying that they should rest him tomorrow because they're locked for the playoffs anyway. Why risk? Give him a fucking bonus week off. I agree. I would not even play Mahomes tomorrow.
Yeah. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Baltimore's a 7-point favorite.
I'll take that too.
Well, Pittsburgh just got beat last week, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be pissed, but Lamar Jackson has got something to prove.
And they're at home.
And they got beat at Pittsburgh, and he's got something to prove. It's going to be cold, but both teams are used to that. Louisville Lamar has got to step it up. They got to be. I don't give a fuck if they win by 7 or 1, but I will take I will take Louisville Lamar, and I'll take us to cover. Lamar's got to have a big day.
Merry Christmas, little Archel.
We love our little Archel, just as sweet as if I was ever going to adopt a little baby girl.
Absolutely not at all scripted or prompted videos that she sends.
Hey, Hey, that kid is a
Okay.
natural. That
Yes.
kid's a fucking natural.
Takes good direction, I will tell you that.
She is the Stan Musial of promos.
She feed her line.
Who was known as the natural? Who was that?
Butch Reed.
No, not fucking Butch Reed.
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford was the natural, right?
Robert Redford, and he was playing Stan.
No, he was just playing himself in the
Ted Williams. He was more or less playing Ted Williams, wasn't he?
Ted Williams was the what was Ted Williams' nickname?
The Splendid Splinter.
Splendid Splinter. That sounds right.
Is that what he was? He was not.
Yeah, he was.
They called him the Splendid Splinter.
The
I'm a
Splendid
baseball
Splinter.
expert. How the fuck?
Well,
not that?
Teddy Ballgame was the one that I
Teddy Ballgame. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But the Splendid Splinter.
I'm telling you guys right now, not only juror number 2, you have to see the Apprentice movie because the guy in it that plays Roy Cohn was one of the main characters on Succession, and I knew I'd seen him before, but it didn't hit me that he was the son on Succession. What a fucking movie! You got to see it, and you'll see what.
What's it on?
God, I don't know.
Hulu, maybe?
On Netflix.
Netflix. Oh, okay.
I think it is on Netflix. I think it is on Netflix.
Let's see, The Apprentice.
It's hard to ask me because I just type a movie in coding and it finds it.
Apprentice movie is not streaming anywhere, but you can purchase it on Amazon Video, Apple TV.
Oh, is that how it is?
Now you got to purchase
Okay,
this.
so-
I ain't doing that.
Well,
You
it
don't have
hasn't gone,
coding. You don't have
it's not
coding.
gone into.
I think I
Train, you
forgot.
don't
I
have Cody?
downloaded it and then forgot about it.
Well, I would not forget about it. Cody's a great thing.
Not forget about it.
Not
Yeah.
forget about it.
Yes, you should.
Bob, do me a
about it.
favor. Bob, do me a favor. When did
Sure.
Lee J. Cobb come on to the Virginian? Because the Grangers, I forgot that guy's name. I see the fucking opening credits every day. But I always thought Lee J. Cobb was the first runner, ranch owner of Shiloh. But apparently it wasn't because the guy that played Mr. Granger, and I can't think of his fucking name. And it's one of the great themes ever in a Western. I mean, I just hear the song and I'm in a good mood.
Well, Lee J. Cobb was.
But when did Lee J. Cobb come on? Because the show would open up with Lee J. Cobb just looking out at Shiloh on his horse.
I think he was on the show to begin with and left in the 4th season. After the 4th season, replaced
But I
over the
see
years
a
by
lot of episodes
John
and
Denner,
Granger
Charles
there.
Bickford.
He's listed in season 1, episode 1. But yeah, it was Lee J. Cobb. I think there were 3 people that played that role of the boss of the Virginian. Lee J. Cobb,
John Denner, Charles Bickford, John McIntyre, and Stuart Granger.
Okay, John McIntyre.
John McIntyre.
John McIntyre is the main one I see, and Charles Bickford did a few.
Wasn't John
And then
McIntyre on
Lee J.
Wagon
Cobb's
Train
the
too?
one I always remember.
John McIntyre.
Because he has those big ears like a keeper elf, right?
Yeah, he was on Wagon Train.
Well,
Yeah, after the
that guy is
original,
more
guy
famous for
died.
playing the son of the man on Succession, which basically are role playing the Fox News people. What's the owner of Fox News?
The
What's his
Rupert
name?
Murdochs or whatever.
Rupert Murdoch. They're basically role playing Fox News, and it turns out they're playing out in real life now on Fox News because some of the kids don't want the dickhead son to get controlling ownership of Fox, so they're having it now where they're having all 3 or 4 kids get equal shares, and they want to sell their shares and basically do away with Fox News. 3 of the 4 kids don't like what Fox News represents, but the dickhead son, who's like his father, as it was originally written, was going to be the sole heir because Rupert thought he would run Fox News more like Rupert wanted. But they were talking about it on the Jimmy Kimmel show, is that our make-believe shit is now playing out in real life because they're trying to do what we did on the show. To where we want to bring down Fox News, not so much because the guy that played Roy Cohn was going to be the son that was going to run Fox News the way his daddy wanted. And then the other one's not so much. So there we go. All right. Are we done with picks?
we're done with Saturday's picks.
We got Sunday. Oh, Sunday. I forgot. We got Sunday. Let's do Sunday.
New York Giants at Atlanta. Atlanta's a 9-point favorite, which just tells you how bad the Giants are.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that.
Today on the Pat McAfee show, they're talking about how dominant the NFL ratings are against everything else. NBA,
else to watch.
Even college bowl games, shit like that. They said, and there was disagreement on the set about this. They said if the New Orleans Saints played the Atlanta Falcons, some people think it would outrate Georgia versus who's a big team in one of the teams still in the playoffs from the state of New Orleans.
Tulane.
There is no state of New Orleans, and there's no college.
It is the state of New Orleans.
Louisiana's still in the game. No.
The state of New Orleans, yeah. It's like the state of Louisville.
The train
we don't
called
associate
New Orleans.
We are the Republic of Louisville, is what we are.
The spirit of Atlanta is a 9-point favorite, and I will take the Falcons to cover.
I will as well.
Atlanta versus
the Giants.
Yeah, you would hope, but didn't Atlanta just give up on their quarterback? Didn't they just Cousins has been done away with? Was Cousins Atlanta?
Cousins was Atlanta.
Well, they just gave up on Cousins. He will not be.
This is
now it's up to the brothers.
Yeah,
I guess the Koch brothers. Yeah,
yeah.
I never met Philip Bailey, but I did high-five Verdine White at an Earth, Wind & Fire concert when I was sitting in the third row with Don G from Wave 3.
Were you like, I'll never watch this guy again?
Very famous. I haven't. I'm like that dipshit that was running. I haven't washed my hands in 10 years. There you go.
It's full of moss.
No, Jimmy met Philip Bailey and Maurice White and the whole crew, but Verding White ran into the crowd with his bass guitar and high-fived me, and I'll be goddamn, I took Timmy John with me, and he got a picture of it. So somewhere in here is a Polaroid of me high-fiving Verdine White, the greatest bass guitar player of all time.
I'll be damned.
Just ask Verdine, he'll tell you.
Detroit goes to Chicago.
Bob, that's you. Quit posting. Stop distracting me, because you just fucking distracted me by posting that.
Shiny shit.
Where's my wavy tracks picture?
I think we retired that shit.
I think it may have to make a comeback.
Have I told you the story about Verding White?
No.
No, Kenny, you haven't. Let's just go ahead and hear it.
Let me tell it again.
Yes, you have.
Are you wearing that nerdy ass Star Wars shirt?
No, I'm wearing that incredibly cool Star Wars shirt.
My son says he never saw The Mandalorian. He said he hasn't watched a lot of the Star Wars shit, but I noticed that that Pablo is in The Gladiator 2. And I loved him in Mandalorian, loved him even more in what's that zombie apocalypse series he did?
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Oh, he was so good in that. But yeah, they say he does an amazing job in Gladiator 2, but I'm only about 30 minutes in that. Bob, were you a Trekkie?
Game of Thrones.
Were you a Trekkie, Bob? Were you a Trekkie?
Yeah, I am a Trek person, yes.
I was not a Trekkie, but I did love the original Star Treks. Didn't mind the movies. Normally enjoyed them when they were on. But I always thought Captain Kirk and Spock were just the coolest.
I didn't really care for Deep Space Nine. I'm rewatching Voyager now, and
I kind of like Next Generation.
Yeah, Next
I
Generation.
Need to bring up all those.
I actually like that better than the original.
Okay.
Yeah,
the original Star Trek still look good. The ones that are on Cody, they are.
There's been a 4K redo of Star Trek.
Some of the Star Treks are in 4K. Not all of them, but some.
No, the first two, the original series and the Next Generation, got 4K reworks, and the rest.
Oh, did they?
Not, yeah. It didn't sell as well as they hoped, and it cost a lot of money to do that upscale.
I've noticed that they've made the stars look real good in those revamped versions. That the stars are very white and blue and red, which weren't that way in the original version you'd watch on your 19.
Like you were going through a snowstorm before.
Well, we've got the Hubble, so we can see them better, and the James Webb.
We have that.
We can see them better. Detroit's a 6.5-point favorite over Chicago.
Oh yeah, they're gonna whoop that ass.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Six and a half?
I'm surprised.
Are they starting a fan at quarterback?
Yeah, I think that's
if one of the fans.
They went to go sign Kirk Cousins.
Give them 6.5.
Yeah, they have Kirk Cousins that's coming in after he got benched at Miami.
I guess.
Or at,
yeah, I'll take Detroit in the 6.5. Take my chances.
That is a lot of points. That is not a lot of points, I should say.
Cleveland
is at Cincinnati.
I'd take the 6.5.
Cleveland's at Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is a 9-point favorite.
That could be a lot of points against Cleveland. You never know.
You know what? I think Cleveland's
Burrow's got to have a big game.
I think Cleveland's giving up.
Yeah. I think. Well, Jameis Winston just he can throw for 500 yards and still lose by 20 points.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll take the Bengals to cover the 9.
Like Mike Vick.
I'll take Cincinnati win, but Cleveland to cover that.
Cleveland to cut. That could happen. I mean, that honestly, God could happen.
Tennessee goes to Indianapolis. The Colts are 3.5-point favorites.
Must win for the Colts to stay alive.
I say Tennessee then. Play that spoiler card.
I'll take Indianapolis.
I'll take Indianapolis also. So chance for Jason to make some.
Well, he lost 4 games last week, so he's got to make some gravy.
He does. He's way.
Well, actually, I'll turn in
the chicken shit from last week. Then you lose them all. That's just the way. That's the rules of this show.
Have them written down.
They are. They're written. Here's. Hold on. This is the book of rules for the show. And you can see
the book of rules. There you go.
I keep it right next to my pro wrestling rule book. The Rams go to the Jets. The Rams are 3-point favorites.
Rams cold.
Yeah, I think they pull that out.
I think they'll find a way. Yeah, I got the Rams.
I don't particularly care for either team, but I'll take the Rams to cover that.
For the Dolphins.
Philadelphia goes to Washington. Philadelphia is a 3.5-point favorite. And
really?
I think Philadelphia has not clinched the division, but they have
keep winning. They just keep winning is all they do.
See Washington winning this one, though.
Yeah.
I like Washington, but I'm going to take Philadelphia. They just keep figuring out a fucking way to win, so I'm going to take Philly.
You said 3 or 3.5?
It was 3.5 when I looked on ESPN earlier.
I'll still stick with Washington.
I will take the Commanders to actually win this game outright.
You watch your mouth.
Those were stupid picks.
Thank you. Now I feel way more confident. Arizona goes to Carolina. Arizona's a 4.5-point favorite.
They're streaky, but they'll do it. Arizona.
You would like to think Arizona would figure that one out.
Yeah, well, especially after Carolina actually lost to Dallas after being favored for the first time in 7.5 years.
Yeah, see, I knew that was a safe bet.
Jerry Jones and company have to go play Carolina, and they're favored.
Minnesota is a 3-point favorite at Seattle.
At Seattle?
Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota.
I'll take Seattle.
I think Minnesota's the better team, so yeah, I'll take Minnesota.
Yeah, I keep thinking Seattle is like what they were like 4 years ago, but they're not. Patriots go to Buffalo. Bills are 14-point favorites.
And I bet
is not enough.
14-point favorites over who?
The Patriots.
Oh, yeah, I think Buffalo's going to be just fine.
Yeah, they smear them into the field.
Jacksonville, this is the worst game of the week as far as I'm concerned. Jacksonville goes to the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are favored by 2.
The I don't give a shit bowl.
Jacksonville will probably surprise them somehow.
Well, I think the Raiders will surprise themselves at losing again, finding another way to.
They normally find a way to throw it away at the end. Who's quarterbacking for Jay?
The Roomba.
It's Kurt Waldheim.
Under the category of who?
Watch that be the televised game.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately,
Kurt Waldheim was the
games at once.
Like guy in charge of the UN about 25 or 30 years ago.
Oh, listen to this, Bob. NFL Sunday Ticket during Black Friday. dropped from $329 to $89 during Black Friday.
Really?
When Black Friday weekend was over, it went back up to $240. Okay, so you could have bought it last week for $240. How much was it this week?
$320.
$40.
$40?
From $240 to $40.
Nice.
Oh, somebody mad from last week.
There's only what, 3 or 4 weeks left of the season.
Yeah, Mac
like that.
Jones is the starter for Jacksonville. As they turn to C.J. Beathard as their backup. So,
Yeah.
baby, don't get hooked on me.
I heard the 3 quarterbacks for Jacksonville were going to be Lee J. Cobb, Charles Bickford, and what was the other guy's name?
Ty Cobb.
Drew McIntyre or something.
Drew McIntyre, that's him.
Are you a quarterback?
Starting at quarterback, Lee J. Cobb going to be riding out there on a white horse.
It's not a deep pass; it's a claymore.
Boy, you talk about something I'm sick of. Something I'm sick of. It's how
Claymore?
much Drew McIntyre's been shoved in. And I worked with him at OV. Nice guy. He has been shoved down our fucking throats.
Well, and what a stupid finisher where you count down with the crowd, so even if the opponent's back is turned, he knows it's coming.
Well, and like they used to do that with Ryback. We're feed me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't turn around, Joe.
Worked with him. Exactly. He helped me move in one of my homes. Good God. All right.
San Francisco goes to Miami. The Dolphins are 1-point favorites.
Are we?
Really?
Yeah.
Is that Miami?
It's at Miami. I will take Miami to win.
I'll take Miami.
Reverse psychology again. Go Niners.
The Sunday night game, Dallas at Tampa.
Where's Mitch Barkley at? You figure he'd be in here wanting to make a big bet with me on that game.
You'd think so. Tampa at Dallas. Tampa's a 4-point favorite.
Where did Billy Sellers go?
He
went on his way to the mountains.
He's checking out.
He's on Google right now trying to verify.
He's on
OnlyFans. Billy, send her all the shit you found on her is what you need to do if you have a way to do it.
And have her send you a picture with her name on it and today's date.
And a newspaper.
Do that. Do that.
Today's newspaper.
Do that. Picture with her name on it. Today's newspaper would be good. When
her driver's license.
No, you're pushing it now. That bitch ain't gonna have a newspaper.
Well, finding a newspaper might be difficult.
That bitch ain't gonna have a newspaper.
Holding somebody else's phone with the date on it.
You used to be able to get me with holding up the local TV guide because I always had TV guide and I haven't had one of those in 10 years.
Yeah. Dallas hosts Tampa. Tampa's a 4-point favorite on Sunday night. I'll pick.
No, wait. Did we pick the Dallas Tampa?
We're picking it right now.
Tampa wins, but Dallas can cover.
What's the spread?
4 Tampa.
There's going to be a heartbreaker at the end.
4 points against the mighty Buccaneers.
They'll probably block a kick and find some other way to screw that up. Although, hey,
and then the kicking team will run it in.
Yeah, or they'll do a free kick from the 14 or some ridiculous.
I love the free.
Like
do you know that is the first successful free kick since 1977?
Yeah, apparently Harbaugh had tried it once before. It was like a 72-yarder, and the guy shanked it. So,
well, I tell you what, that fucker got kicked last night. I think would have been good from 72. That fucker cleared by 10 or 12 yards, right down it wasn't down the middle. It was off to the left a little bit, but first successful free kick. And it doesn't come up often. They've tried. It only been tried like 3 times, I think, in the last 50 years.
Yeah, I remember Jim Harbaugh.
Most successful free kick since 19. I was 17 the last time that worked. Unbelievable.
Well, it doesn't be tried all that out. It's not like
I was trying to explain to my son. He says, "Why aren't you trying to block it?" I said, "It's a free kick." Well, how do you get to do a free kick? I said, "It happens so rare. I don't know that I can give you all the scenarios, but I have heard if you fair catch a ball, that you can free kick from the spot you fair catch it from. But they had the 15-yard penalty on top of it because they weren't going to try it otherwise.
Right, that put them in the range.
But can you do a free kick anytime you give a fair catch?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I thought you could. So I'm shocked it doesn't happen more often than it does. Well, they don't even have a shot to try and block. You take all the fucking time you want. Yeah, and they did.
Yeah, but you give the ball right back if you don't make it. So
at the spot,
but when there's no time on the clock, or if there's 4
seconds.
Yeah, I mean,
if there's no time left, then sure. But how often do people punt when there's 2 or 3 or 4 seconds left, right? It's
like last night, they just threw the ball up in the air to let the last 4 seconds expire. So.
yeah, he threw it awful high. I was hoping, man, if that ball comes back,
somebody tried that shit
about
a week or two ago. Someone tried that shit a week or two ago, and he threw it into the stands, but they counted it out of bounds when it crossed the line.
Right.
So they put time back on the clock, and it backfired on them.
Yeah. All right. Are you taking Dallas or Tampa, Kenny?
I thought it was rather obvious. I took Tampa to win by about 38.
All right, that's good. I feel better about.
They only got to win by 4. So
the New Orleans Saints,
the real Cowboys,
Jazzy Jenna's favorite.
Now, is it at Tampa or Dallas?
Dallas.
Yeah, Tampa's got that in the bag now. Shit.
Yeah, the Saints.
That's a worse home field advantage than what the Chargers have.
Yeah, the Saints go into Green Bay. The Green Bay Packers are 14-point favorites on Monday.
Who you got, Schmidt?
Alexa.
The Packers.
Green Bay.
The Packers versus who now?
Saints.
The Packers versus who?
Third in Green Bay, Wisconsin. There will be snowy weather.
33 in snow.
Degrees Fahrenheit and a
And
low of
that's
28
a high of 33, so it's probably going to be in the mid 20s in snow. 14's a lot when there's snow.
Who's Green Bay?
Maya loves it when we sing Tucow, the big-eared snow dog. Had a very blackened nose.
I think New Orleans covers the 14, but not.
It's 14. Yeah, they cover that.
You got New Orleans covering 14 with Green Bay?
Yeah, in the snow.
But have they said how much snow? Is it going to be that flurry bullshit, or do we have some accumulation?
Alexa.
Well, either way, when grass is cold, it's slick as all shit. So I mean,
And plus, it's out there, outside in Lambeau Field, where
The coldest thing New Orleans plays in is 72 Fahrenheit.
They artificially lower the field temperature on Lambeau.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, it was 78 degrees here today.
Well, no shit, fucking Ghost. Do you have them covering or not? No fuck, they win. Are they going to cover the 14?
Watch them upset them.
God damn. Nothing I hate worse than somebody comes on here drunk and high, can't pick a fucking football game. It bothers you. They cover.
Or they, okay.
I'm going to go with the Ghost on this one. I think the Packs cover. I think they cover.
Well, those are our picks. They're locked in and loaded. So
they're locked. You can't even change them now.
No, they can't be changed.
Padlock.
And don't distract Bob. Bob easily gets distracted.
I do. I distract pretty easily.
Yeah, come on, Bob.
Next thing you know,
there's ADD and then there's BOD.
that's right.
Bob's
obsessive disorder.
Did I take my glasses off? So everybody see how tired I am?
Now, see, that's how.
Jesus Christ. Now you want everybody to go white face.
Except me. I think I'm good.
Oh, you can pull it off.
Bob was born with a white face.
I was.
There are some lights that will wipe me out.
Pesci is supposed to make a $20 donation.
We're looking forward to it.
Now, just like Karen McDonald, that donation has not come through. But if he makes that $20 donation, we'll add that to the challenge, and that'll give us a pretty nice night tonight. We're going to send.
Thank you, Billy, for your $20 challenge that you're going to send tomorrow. Chris Schmidt, $20. Deanna with $20. Tyler TC from Mincy, $10. John Paul with $20. Cameron with a big donation,
big fitty.
Daniel Lindley with 20, and the Ghost with $2.
The Ghost with 20. The Ghost.
Yeah, he missed a couple.
I can't believe they had my gorgeous head on that fat fucking Yokozuna's body. I cannot believe that. Can you show? Oh,
but he was an athletic.
Before we go, you have to pick, in your opinion, the best Jerry Lawler Superman picture I sent you.
All right, let me find.
Good. Lawler sent those to me today. He doesn't write me very often since he's had the issues. But I opened my mail today. I say I got a message from Lawler going, probably tell me to get fucked, or how about Trump or something like that. But no, he sent me his AI pictures of him as Superman. And I reminded him in '76 when he came out as Super King against Adam West as Batman. And you got Super King and Batman promoing on each other, and Adam West was drunk that day, and he couldn't remember all of his shits.
I tell you, Jerry Lawler.
I tell you what, I think that he would have been a fine Superman. But then again, I've seen
cleaned up some of those crow feet.
He sent 2 of them.
Yeah, he needs
No,
a
he
little
sent me
curl
those
there.
today, and I put them on my stories, and people have gotten a kick out of them. I think the king would have been a fine-looking Superman. I mean, not Christopher
It's not-
Reeves.
well, he didn't have the
He
dimple.
looked more like the original Superman with the barrel chest and
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
yeah. That was George Reeves.
George Reeves.
George
Yeah.
Reeves, right.
And apparently George Reeves and Christopher Reeves were no relation, which a lot of people thought, fuck, they just recruited.
I know,
his
isn't
son.
it just crazy?
Have you noticed how similar all the Supermen look to Christopher Reeves and Tom Welling? Or Wellington, or whatever his name is. They all look so much alike.
They have a type, yeah.
Yeah, they have a type, and they all look so much alike.
It's not like you're going to get a blonde guy.
Now, the other one I want you to show is the picture of CM Punk's wife. Do you have that one?
Yes, I have that.
She's
Because I think that's a
adorable.
real shirt. I think
Ghost-
she wears that everywhere she goes.
The ghost sent me that one, so I will.
That is-
Did the ghost send you that one? I thought I sent it to you.
No, you didn't.
The ghost has been busy today.
Man, she's the cutest little thing.
She is
Not
the
the
cutest
ghost.
little thing. I loved her in WWE. A little
Mhm.
skinny
Ghost
to the
is
ring
not
and
the
everything.
cutest little
I don't know
thing.
how the fuck Punk got her. I'll beat his ass over her.
Yeah, Punk has got a lot of tail. And they were all
But
fine.
when he was dating Maria, and Maria got sick of his shit, she posted on her Facebook page she was dating me.
Oh, yeah, I
Fuck
remember you
with me.
saying that.
Yeah, that was back around 20.
Because who's he been through? Beth,
My
Maria.
husband failed in UFC. Yeah, well, he didn't fail in getting a hot girlfriend. I'll give him that.
No, he sure didn't.
I don't know if he failed in AEW, but he certainly didn't get along with everybody there.
Well, if it comes to locker room etiquette, he's failed everywhere he's been, including OVW.
Well, but he didn't move the needle like everyone thought he was going to. And
No,
in fact,
well,
I
I
remember
For a couple of
someone on
weeks.
this show.
The ratings are going to be up for about 6 weeks, and then it's going to drop. And I don't even think it took that fucking long. Well, look who showed up here just in time to see us count the donations.
Ho ho ho!
Cornette,
At the
you
same
got a
time,
rough
he got
hand.
injured so
I mean,
easily.
you're sitting next to Fat Santa, and you're out pounding me, man. You gotta start eating healthy again.
Merry Christmas.
Like,
Yeah, I would
Look at
have
that.
Elon at about 6'6", Trump at about 6'1".
What they ought to do is I'm surprised Trump himself hasn't put this up for sale on the.
Oh, I'm
oh,
waiting
I
on
know.
it. I'm shocked both of them aren't holding a Bible. With the shoes, the Bible in one hand and the shoes in the other. Oh my God!
An upside down
Maybe
Bible
we'll
and
be
upside down shoes.
Upside down
Yeah,
world.
I was delivering a sack of coal to Cornette and Trump. That's the only reason I was there, was to bring coal. Not coal train, but just coal.
More cold than a Pennsylvania mine.
Yeah. Well, have we covered everything that needed covered today? Because we've been here a
And
little bit.
long more than everything that needed to be covered.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to watch the second half of this great football game.
I had any actions with Herb Abrams, but I do have actions with Herb Simmons, who
Yeah, we have had interaction with Herb Simmons.
putting on his show again for this
You
year
believe that?
has not invited Kenny to be on there. So
No, I'm not apparently invited for the next one either. It appears, but if I see Dutch Mantel invited, I'm going to get pissed. I'm not going to be happy. We might not have many viewers, but we did pretty good on donations tonight. So,
all right,
so Gamby, we
tonight to
will
all
get your
our
electric
viewers.
bill covered, and we're going to buy you 8 grains of rice,
It's about all we can afford.
7
Make sure you cut them in half.
5 golden turds.
If you cut the rice in half before you boil it, then it looks like you got more rice.
Boom. Yeah, it swells up on you.
Exactly. If
I
you
did
cut
have
it
my
afterwards-
leftover BW3s tonight. That they sauced that shit up good. A lot of sauce on that chicken tonight. But if you have a BW3s in your area, Thursday nights, and they're not paying me for this one because I got to go through corporate to work a deal, and I ain't gonna do that. You can get 20. You buy 10, get 10 free. You can get 20 boneless wings that are fucking amazing. $12 or $12.95.
Nuggets.
20 fucking wings, boneless wings for $12.95. Fuck.
chicken nuggets.
Go there and get it to go if you don't want to sit down and buy a $3 Coke.
I like to suck shit off a bone.
Oh, and our waitress is from Ethiopia.
Well,
maybe
let's
one of the
clip
most
that,
beautiful
play that over
girls.
and over again.
Maybe
shut
one of the
up.
most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my life was this girl from Ethiopia. Well, her parents are.
Good thing Kenny
But-
was talking over it.
Chris was telling her, yeah, I'm talking over because you guys were talking over me.
Didn't
But
stick.
she is from her family's from Ethiopia, And she was just blown away last night that Chris could tell her everything she wanted to know about Ethiopia, where her parents are from, because Chris studied a lot about it and wants to go there. And man, they just hit it off like two peas in a pod. And wow, what a 19 years old and just a goddess of a woman from Ethiopia.
Ghost, shut your mouth.
What was that?
Knew somebody's gonna fucking catch that.
I did, and I
I had Asian zing last night, and I also had some on my chicken.
I think that would be Asian.
and with that, the Filipino ladies say,
Zing last night.
the Filipinos all say good day.
I say good day now.
We said good day.